I always wonder, like, the idea of just life. You know, I'm a huge philosopher. I like reading a lot. I like to just explore about life. And something that crossed my mind is like, I think one of the biggest things about life is ask yourself, despite what do you want in life, but how do you become useful in this world? How do you be useful? Because I think that's what it's mostly count for. Whether you be useful in your job, whether it's being useful as a family man, whether it's being useful making a difference in the world somehow, or just being useful just in the small ways. And I think my biggest goal is when I get older, at least when I'm like 30, and when I become a father, I just want to stick at that. I want to just go AFK, fall off the planet of the Earth, you know, just live my life as a simple man, just raise my family, raise my kids. And I think knowing this, having this mentality is like, we should all try to create this. Now, I will admit, when you're in your 20s, when you're in your early teens, work as hard as you can. Work 2 or 3 jobs if you can. Make as much money as you can, because you're going to need it. Try to figure out how to escape this society, escape this life in a way. You see, my biggest fear is this, is the fact that when you work a job, you can't leave. You are stuck in this place. You cannot leave this city, this island, this state, this country, because you have to stay at that one location because of your job. And that job only provides one thing, money. And as much as I hate money, money is a very valuable resource in today's day and age. It's horrible, but it's true. I was talking to my good friend the other day, and he was talking about how he just wants to live off the land. Stop chasing money, stop working at a job, and just live. And I hear from him, I feel for him. But I also said this, is that, listen, that sounds like a dream. But if you want to live off the land, you're going to still need money. You're going to still need some sort of money, because that's just how our way of life is now. You need money to survive. But if you think of money as not as a tool and see it more as just a want, or thinking that you have to get it to pay bills, then this is where the mentality comes in. It's the fact that you must utilize money as a tool. Stop wasting money on things that you don't need. Stop wasting money on Amazon, on items that you're going to throw out in less than a month, and start saving that money for a better use. Because that's what money is all about. A tool of how we can better ourselves, on how we could survive, on how we can be useful later on. And bringing it back to becoming a family man is, when you become a family man, you become useful. Whether it's driving your kids to school, whether it's taking care of your kids, whether it's making dinner for your family. That's being useful. That's what life is really about, is just surviving and being useful in this world. And listen, like I said, you're going to have to try to figure out how to make as much money as you can in the next 10 years. Or even 15 years if you want to have kids at 35. Because I see a lot of articles now and research done on the fact that people are waiting later on in their lives, in their 35, their 40s, to have their first kid. And that's fine and all. Gives you a little bit more time. Gives you a little bit more boost to get your money up. That's why I say, get your money up now. Work that 2 or 3 jobs. Work overtime. Don't go out drinking every weekend. Use the weekend and work. Use the weekend to find more ways of how to make money. Because I promise you this, when you have $1 million saved up when you're 35, 30, you will thank yourself. And I know many people were like, oh, that's outrageous, Nicky. You can't have $1 million at 30. It's crazy. Like, how could anyone save that? You're not. I mean, I'll be honest with you, you can't save to $1 million, even if you make $100,000 a year, because in a 10-year time frame, you're gonna have to spend that, whether that's bills, taxes, you won't. But this is where you have to pick up side hustles. This is where you're gonna have to figure out how to make passive income. This is where you're gonna have to use the stock market. You gotta become creative of how to make money online. And the best way to really do all that is, I will say, is investing. Get into a high interest rates of APY or high interest of anything in the market. ETF, dividends. And even if you don't want to do that, find a side hustle. I've seen multiple articles of people turning side hustles into $1 million businesses. Now, I'm not saying this is going to be you, but you gotta take that leap of faith. You gotta take that leap of chance, because that's what we live for also, right? Chances, the risks that we take to try to strive for a better lifestyle. And I'm not saying go gamble at a casino or a day trade or crypto trade. No, you're gonna lose a lot of money like that. Be smart with it. Utilize that mind of yourself and figure out, okay, how do I be smart about this? How can I make money, not too quickly, but in a smart, manageable way, and that's 10 or 15 years. But that's just like my intake on how to become useful. Is the fact that I want to have enough time for my future kids. I want to have enough time to be useful for that type of way. And if you're someone that don't want a family, don't want kids, that's fine. Then how do you become useful for your future self? How do you become useful for your job that you're working at? Are you working at a job that's making a difference in this world? Or are you working at a job that's dead end and that's not really making a difference in this world? Every time I work at a job, I think this is the most pointless job in the world, because nobody needs this. This is not helping the world at all. I'll admit, the world that we live in is full of lies, full of things that we don't need, but we sell them. Why? Because people buy them. But that's gonna be it for today's video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one, and peace.